April 2023. I'll have to double check that. What do you get, Gene?
The temperature?
No, April 4th, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay. And you got the year right.
And it's a pretty good day to fish.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty good day. Not the best. But
I don't have a license.
yeah, well, probably wouldn't do that then.
No. Could get costly.
Yeah, well, we'll promise to come and visit you.
Well, I appreciate that. Yes. Okay. Well, let's see. All sorts of things going on. This is Easter week or Holy Week. It is also at sundown tomorrow. It's the start of Passover.
Mm-hmm.
So
and Friday is Good Friday.
Yes. So Ramadan, Passover, Easter, they all coincide. They're all based on the celestial histories. So, okay. Anyway, what is going on? Well, about 2 weeks ago, 2 tigers escaped from a Georgia zoo after a tornado damaged their enclosures. Yeah. Can you imagine? You know, here you are walking down the street with your puppy dog, and you come across a tiger. Not 1, but 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were your tigers. They are no more now. No.
No, they found them. They tranquilized them. They took them back home to the zoo. So, kind of like, you know, what happens with Gabe on a weekend.
That's a secret.
Yeah.
You'll never know that.
Yeah. He gets out, they have to tranquilize him, haul him back, and then he shows up again on Monday, even if we change the locks.
Yeah. Be careful.
Yes. Okay. Anyway, any plans for the Easter weekend? Going to get away?
No, just going to stay home. Enjoy. The weather's not supposed to be bad. And so how about you?
Pretty much the same thing. The winds, they've moved on, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were going to move on with them last night, but
yeah, I thought El Centro might end up in Holtville.
Yeah, well, we're not so sure yet. We didn't go check.
Yeah, it could happen.
We might just have somebody from Holtville call in and verify that they're still there.
Yeah, well, I think Doug Ferguson could let us know. So,
why, he's got every answer you can think of.
I think he does, yes.
I didn't say they were truthful. Just answers.
Yeah. Well, let's see. What else is in the news? This week marks 50 years since the first mobile phone call was made. April 3rd, 1973. A new survey found many people are more than willing to give up the gym, TV, or even sex than give up their mobile phones.
Well, give it up.
Most people are already giving up much of that anyway, just to hang on to their phone. So I think we have several of the very earliest phones around here in our history section at KXO.
Yeah, and they're quite well made. You can drop them from the Empire State Building and they don't break.
I think you're right. Okay. Let's see. Are you ready for some birthdays?
I'm ready.
Okay. Actor Craig T. Nelson is 79. Actor Christine Lottie, 73. Steve Gatlin of the Gatlin Brothers, 72. Actor Mary Margaret Humes is 69. Actor Constant Schulman, 65. Actor Hugo Weaving, 63. Actor Robert Downey Jr., 58. Actor Nancy McKeon, 57. Magician David Blaine is 50. He's weird. Actor James Roday is 47. Actor Natasha Leone is 44. Actor comedian Eric Andre is 40. Actor Amanda Rigetti, 40. Actor singer Jamie Lynn Spears 32. Actor Daniela Bobadilla is 30. Okay?
Okay.
We got local birthdays coming up as well as soon as there we go.
My name is Josephine Conway, and I'm an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. When locals need help feeding themselves and their families, they turn to the Imperial Valley Food Bank. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Help fight hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online at www.ivyfoodbank.org.
We have happy birthday wishes going out today to Alfred Flores, Jessica Salazar, Joaquin Verdugo, David de la Garza, Danny Vasquez, Larissa Alvarado, Carlos Ruiz, Sam Conway, Travis Fusi, Chris Romero, Yolanda Fernandez, Colin Hoyt, Linda Hamby, Elizabeth Ramirez, Ava Badena, Jamie Nelson, Jessica Flores, Gina Araguin, and Esther Granados. Happy birthday from Kxo. And coming up, we'll let you know a little bit about the wind. Wind? What wind?
You mean the velocity?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what that.
Yeah, pretty good winds, and there was some damage. We'll tell you about that, and we'll also tell you about other things that are happening around the valley. It's what we do, right?
It's all right.
Okay, we're going to jump in right now with a look at World in California news headlines, brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. They are your year-round comfort specialists.
CBS News Brief. Protesters are now starting to gather outside Manhattan Criminal Court in New York, where former President Trump will be arraigned later today. This supporters from Atlanta.
Wanted to be here to see, what it drew, what kind of people, what the atmosphere was, and then ultimately probably just in support of Trump in a sense that I really think this is kind of a sham.
The NYPD, state and federal law enforcement will all be on high alert throughout the day. Trump's arraignment is scheduled for 2:15 p.m. Eastern. NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg welcomed Finland into the alliance today as its 31st member.
31 flags flying together as a symbol of our unity and our solidarity.
The U.S. confirms an ISIS leader has been killed in a strike in Syria. CBS's Vicky Barker has details.
The target, Khalid Eid Ahmed al-Jabouri. U.S. Central Command says he helped build ISIS and was responsible for planning attacks in Europe.
CBS News Brief. I'm Monica Ricks.
Become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer and get special pricing on cooling and heating tune-ups all year long. Call today to become a Lock Air Conditioning VIP customer at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock VIPs receive discounted service and maintenance, discounted repairs, and priority service with prompt service. Lock Air Conditioning is your local York dealer, but they repair it all. So when the need arises, don't hesitate to call Lock Air Conditioning at 760-93-LOCKE. That's 760-93-LOCKE. Lock, the only name in air conditioning for over 40 years. York, install with confidence. Contractor's license number 696216.
Headline news, powerful winds across the state, the latest weather condition to cause property damage. This is thousands of homes and businesses in the Central Valley are still under threat of flooding from the snowmelt.
As to how quickly we will experience the snowmelt, but we are into those longer daylight hours, which can trigger snowmelt at a much more rapid pace.
DWR Director Carla Namath, Tulare County already reporting 36 structures destroyed. President Biden approving Governor Gavin Newsom's request to boost emergency response and recovery efforts. Kern, Mariposa, Monterey, San Benito, Santa Cruz, Tulare, and Tuolumne counties all declared major disaster areas. Sheriff's deputies in LA County chase a stolen patrol vehicle at high speeds over local freeways from Compton to Orange County.
When deputies realized that the suspect had taken their vehicle, they immediately initiated a pursuit.
Miguel Meza with the sheriff's office. The suspect stealing a sheriff's SUV after a crash. The suspect arrested after driving into an Anaheim industrial complex. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines brought to you this morning by Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal. For repair, for replacement, call the experts. Lock Air Conditioning and Custom Sheet Metal.
In the front, we'll take out that tree, install a new fence.
You're gonna call 811, right?
Isn't that just for excavators?
No, dude. Calling 811 is for excavators, homeowners, contractors, anyone. Natural gas lines and other utilities can be buried anywhere. Call 811 2 working days before any digging project to get all underground lines marked for free.
Thanks, deep-voiced narrator.
You're welcome, dude. Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
Yes, we do have availability. Those dates for how many guests?
Andrea's Boutique Hotel is the destination to tie the knot.
Oh, you want the whole property?
She needs an assistant to catch the bookings bouquets.
249 guests, huh? And 3 dogs.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1, a service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, 3 locations in the valley to serve you. At El Centro Motors, at the Imperial Valley Mall, and in the Raleigh Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive.
Taking a look at the latest in local news for a Tuesday morning. Well, it happened again. Winds whipped Imperial Valley. Eli Moreno-Drew explains more.
Winds whip Valley again. Strong westerly winds whipped the Imperial Valley on Monday, according to the National Weather Service. Wind gusts reached 66 miles per hour at the Naval Air Force facility in El Centro and topped 60 miles per hour at the Imperial County Airport. The high winds limited visibility on State Route 86, and California Highway Patrol and Caltrans closed the highway for several hours in the late afternoon into the early evening. Several accidents had occurred prior to the closure, including a big rig that blew over near Air Park Road. The Imperial Irrigation District had crews addressing power outages that affected 2,500 customers in El Centro and several hundred in Imperial. Air quality was also affected due to the dust kicked up by the winds.
Well, a board meeting and listening session is coming up. It's the Imperial County Board of Supervisors as they meet in Salton City. The off-site meeting will also be a listening session for members of the public to provide input and comments regarding potential tax revenue derived from lithium valley development. The meeting will convene at 6 p.m. This evening at the Salton City Seniors Club. KXO News Time coming up to 7:42.
Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers have the best price on name brand tires, guaranteed. We're talking the finest names in tires: Michelin, Pirelli, Dunlap, Bridgestone, Continental, and more. Check the prices, then talk to your Quick Lane service advisor. He will give you the best price, guaranteed. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. Quick Lane at El Centro Motors, in the Raleigh Auto Center, and now at the Imperial Valley Mall.
Continuing with more local news, a man is arrested on charges. Here's Eli Moreno-Drew with more.
Man arrested on multiple charges. El Centro Police responded to the report of a trespasser at an Ocotillo Avenue hotel Sunday morning. A hotel employee told officers that there appeared to be a man staying in a hotel room that was supposed to be vacant. Officers entered the room and confronted the unregistered guest. He identified himself by giving a false name. Officers searched the man and found a real ID with the suspect's real name. He was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail on charges of burglary, possession, and stolen property, and various drug charges.
Well, Shell Canyon Road from Evan Hughes Highway to Vista de Ocotillo is closed until further notice. This is due to a road sinkhole. You're advised to find an alternate route. Also, Ayton Road, that's northwestbound lane from Imperial Valley College to Dogwood Road, is closed and will continue to be through June 30th. A detour, you need to detour around that area. That concludes this edition of Local News. Page 2 coming up.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley to serve you. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment. And right now, it's page 2 coming up after this.
It's tax season, and Barone Enterprises Services is here to help you get things done right. They'll make sure your income taxes are done properly with top quality, courteous, professional service. And employers, did you know there's some tax rebates you might not have heard about that'll save you money? Barone's has decades of experience with setting up corporations or partnerships and assisting businesses with QuickBooks and bookkeeping solutions. To set up an appointment, call Barone Enterprises Services or stop by their office at 404 East 2nd Street in Calexico. Barone Enterprises Services.
Page 2 of the local news and weather is served by K Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Great Japanese food. They specialize in sushi rolls, 50 different varieties of sushi rolls, one for every state.
Continuing with more local news this morning, emergency preparedness. There was an exercise around IBC. Here's more on that story.
Emergency preparedness exercise. Imperial Valley College will hold a small-scale multi-agency emergency preparedness exercise on Wednesday today, April 4th, 2023. The scenario will involve an active assailant drill to create a challenging situation for participating agencies to navigate. A real-life event is to be simulated to help identify strengths and weaknesses of the agency involved. The exercise will begin at 8:30 and continue until noon. The campus will be on full lockdown for the beginning of the exercise, but will return to routine operations after about 15 minutes. Following the lockdown, the exercise scenario will be focused on the 2700 building, and that building will be closed to everyone except exercise participants and students who have classes in that building.
Well, the IID Board of Directors meet today. As usual, the meeting will be held in the afternoon. Before that, however, the board will attend a public workshop. It will begin at 11 a.m. The workshop is on ethics for public officers. The regular meeting convenes at 1 p.m. There is a lengthy consent agenda, but no action agenda. The action agenda will consist of items pulled from the consent agenda. On the information, the directors will discuss a water supply agreement with Energy Source Mineral. They will discuss All-American Canal seepage recovery. There will be an equitable distribution plan update and a pole replacement program update as well. Well, how about the County of Imperial with a postcard competition? Here's more on that story.
Postcard contest. Do you have a design for a postcard? Imperial County wants to see your design. The County of Imperial is holding a postcard contest. You may submit your design by Monday, May 15th of this year to the County Board of Supervisors office. Entries may be submitted by email, mail, or in person. The design may include the county seal or logo. You are limited to one entry or design per person. You must reside in Imperial County. Complete rules are available on the county website. Grand prize is $750 with $500 for second prize and $250 for third prize.
And finally, the Imperial Valley Regional Occupational Program will hold a recognition ceremony. The event will be held this Wednesday, beginning at 7:30 p.m. in the Casa de Mañana building on the Imperial Valley Fairgrounds. IVROP will recognize achievement of outstanding career and technical education students from high schools throughout the valley. The CTE Teacher of the Year, Distinguished Alumni, Outstanding Business Partners, and community members will also be recognized. We'll be back with a look at the weather.
Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, serving you fresh and delicious Japanese food. Also giving you great customer service and a menu full of items for everyone's appetite. Check out their unique Estates sushi rolls, one for each of our 50 states. And come join them with their famous sake bomb, a thrilling event with James Chingan. Make a group reservation at their cozy patio or cater at Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, 416 South J Street in Imperial. Or call in your order at 760-355-4440. Visit them at KSushiBarandGrill.com.
Here's Carroll Buckley with the weather update.
The National Weather Service says well below normal temperatures and lingering breezes are expected today. Thereafter, a significant warm-up is anticipated through the end of the week, with temperatures warming back to near normal. Above normal temperatures are then likely during the weekend through early next week as a strong high pressure builds over the region. Our high yesterday was 69 degrees, 44 the overnight low. Wind gusts peaked at 66 miles an hour at NAFL Centro. Today will be sunny with a high near 68. West-northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, turning out of the north this afternoon. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 44. Light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 73. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming south-southwest. 46 degrees downtown. With that, we have 34% relative humidity. Wind out of the west 7 to 10 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, is served by Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill in Imperial. Check out the daily lunch specials. By the way, the dinner menu features 16 different entrees. Kxo Sushi Bar and Grill, just off Highway 86 in Imperial.
Attention pilots. Imperial Valley Flight Training will be conducting an 8-week ground training regimen conducted by certified flying instructor Wally Hale in preparation for the FAA knowledge test. The course begins April 4th with 2 meetings per week and is open to student pilots, all aviation enthusiasts, and rusty pilots looking for a refresher on navigation, weather, performance, and more. Cost is $495 due on registration. Includes all study materials and instruction. Registration deadline is April 4th. For more information, call Wally Hale, 760-427-8771.
And it's sports time. Sports time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Brian Dutcher and the San Diego State Aztecs, well, they took it 76-59, a loss to UConn in the national championship game last night. Dutcher said his players not only proved the value of determination, but also, along with fellow Final Four team Florida Atlantic, that it's possible to win without a bunch of NIL deals or transfers. Yeah, the big schools that spend all that money on name, image, and license deals and brought in all the transfers, well, they weren't there. And the San Diego State Aztecs defense up to par. Now, with the recruiting boost they will get from making it to the championship game, I think maybe they can bring a couple of shooters, some guys that can score from the perimeter. Let's talk about the NBA right now. No action yesterday. Yeah, the NBA took the day off. Can you believe that? The big guys? Yeah, well, they'll make it up anyway. But the NBA took the day off for the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship game.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Brawley, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all of Pioneers services, visit pmhd.org today.
Well, let's take a look at baseball. They're still playing baseball. And the Padres got a walk-off from Kim and won the game 5-4 over the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ha-Sung Kim with that walk-off in the bottom of the ninth. The Angels beat up on the Mariners 7-3. Brewers blanked the Mets 10-0. Giants topped the White Sox 12-3. The Reds nipped the Cubs 7-6. It was the Twins beating up on the Marlins 11-1. Yankees ripped the Phillies 8-1. Rays topped the Nationals 6-2. Pirates edged the Red Sox 7-6. Royals over the Blue Jays 9-5. It was the Braves beating the Cardinals 8-4. Orioles shut out the Rangers 2-0. Tigers edged the Astros 7-6. Guardians slipped by the Athletics 12-11 in 10 innings. And the Dodgers beat up on the Rockies 13-4. Well, the Masters is coming up from Augusta. And we will have coverage of the Masters right here on AM 1230 KXO. And Masters champ Scotty Scheffler will be there to defend his crown. That's it for Sports Time. Sports Time brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
For over a century, local broadcasting has evolved with the needs of the community. We move past the stigmas of opinion journalism and bring the most relevant news online, on air, and on the go. You have trusted us with your news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Trust us to keep moving with you. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress local broadcasting is here to stay.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you and your property. Southwest Security also offering live scan fingerprinting to the public. Walmart says they will lay off 2,000 warehouse workers at 5 U.S. warehouses that fulfill website orders. That's just weeks after America's largest private employer warned it's in for a tough year ahead. The retail giant is cutting more than 1,000 jobs in Texas, 600 in Pennsylvania, 400 in Florida, 200 in New Jersey, according to worker adjustment retraining notification filings. Reuters first reported last month that the job cuts were because of reductions and elimination in evening and weekend shifts. Walmart didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. It's unclear whether this is just the beginning or end of layoffs that have been affecting many large companies. And the banking crisis triggered by the recent collapses of Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank is not over yet and will ripple through the economy for years to come, according to J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon. In his closely watched annual letter to shareholders, the chief executive of America's largest bank outlined the extensive damage the financial system meltdown had on all banks, large and small, and urged lawmakers to think carefully before responding with increased regulation. These failures were not good for banks of any size, wrote Dimon, responding to reports that large financial institutions benefited greatly from the collapse of SVB and Signature Bank, as wary customers sought safety by moving billions of dollars worth of money to the big banks. In a note last month, Wells Fargo banking analyst Mike Mayo wrote, "Goliath is winning." J.P. Morgan in particular, according to Mayo, was benefiting from more deposits in these less certain times. Wall Street showing red in early trading. The Dow off 131 points at 33,469. The S&P 500 down 10 at 4113. The NASDAQ off 26 points at 12,163. Gold up $38.40 an ounce. You want to buy an ounce right now? $2,038.70. And oil off 8 cents a barrel.
Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. 2 years ago, I opened Southwest Postal, offering you 24-hour access 365 days a year. So if you're tired of dealing with the inconvenience of our post office hours and you would like to be able to get your mail when you want, Saturdays, Sundays, holidays, in the middle of the night, then come visit us at Southwest Postal with 24-hour staff. Plus, we're also your local FedEx, DHL, and Postal Service Center. We even offer text message and email notification when you receive your mail. Southwest Postal at the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
We will have sunny skies today with a high near 68. West-northwest wind 5 to 15 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Those winds will turn out of the north this afternoon. Tonight, mostly clear, a low around 44. Light and variable wind becoming south 5 to 10 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 73. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, then turning out of the south-southwest. And right now, downtown El Centro, 46 degrees, 34% relative humidity, wind out of the west, 7 to 10 miles an hour. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security Services, offering 24-hour-a-day post office boxes at Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil, El Centro. The Masters, one of the most prestigious golf events, and we will have daily coverage from the Augusta National Course.
This isn't golf. It's the Masters.
On AM 1230, follow the leaders with hourly updates through Easter Sunday.
And you're invited.
The Masters coverage on AM 1230 is brought to you by
Del Rio Country Club. The course is looking good and playing great. Call for a tee time. And Southwest Postal. Postal box access, 24 hours every day.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO, El Centro, California. Our coverage of the Masters will begin tomorrow. We'll keep you up to date what Scotty Scheffler is doing, what all of the big guys are doing, as we continue to bring you the best in sports. AM 1230 KXO El Centro.
News on the hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Matt Piper at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan, where former President Trump will be indicted. Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene was just here. She addressed the crowd for a little bit, and there are now hundreds and hundreds of supporters of the president here.
What they're doing to him is just yet another thing in whatever kind of witch hunt they have to prevent him from running for president again.
Some against him.
To watch him be booked, it's pretty sweet. I want to be here for it.
I'm Matt Piper in New York. Now with more CBS News, here's Steve Kathan.
Well, former President Trump will soon be booked ahead of his historic arraignment that includes fingerprinting but no mugshot or handcuffs. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson says the court proceeding should be brief.
I bet we hear a not guilty plea, and that's about it. I mean, the big kind of reveal today is we'll hear the charges. We think and expect there will be that charge of falsification of business records, but what is that hooked to bring that misdemeanor up into a felony?
Overseas now. Finland's national anthem is played at ceremonies to welcome the country into NATO. The alliance now has 31 members. CBS's Holly Williams.
NATO's expanding membership has been a bone of contention with Russia for many years now. In fact, in the lead up to Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine, he complained about NATO expansion in Europe as more and more countries have sought membership, particularly after the collapse of the Soviet Union.
The World Health Organization says today 1 in 6 people worldwide is affected by infertility.
I'm Vicki Barker at the Foreign Desk in London. In its first such assessment in more than a decade, the WHO says more than 17% of the global population is experiencing some form of infertility, with similar rates across continents. It wants to see more resources put into diagnosis, prevention, and affordable treatments.
Well, tens of millions of dollars were spent on a race that will be decided today in Wisconsin. CBS's Jim Krasula says it's for a seat on the state's Supreme Court.
Abortion access is at stake in today's Wisconsin Supreme Court election in the most expensive judicial race in American history. The future future of Republican-drawn legislative maps, voting rights, and years of other Republican policies are also hanging in the balance.
Connecticut won its 5th men's college basketball championship last night with a 76-59 win over San Diego State. This UConn student says it was quite a run.
Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. I love the experience because my senior year I got to experience it, so it means a lot.
Ratings for Sunday's women's title game were up 103% over last year. Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 170. This is CBS News.
Hire with minimal effort and maximum success with Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors. Gorilla Glue, of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong, 100% waterproof, and bonds virtually everything. Gorilla Glue, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
I just learned Discover credit cards do something pretty awesome. At the end of your first year, they automatically double all the cash back you've earned. That's right. Everything you earned doubled. The cash back from trips, restaurants, all doubled. Seriously, though. See terms and check it out for yourself at discover.com/match.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
A member of the musical group BTS is making history, going it alone.
Jimin is now the first South Korean solo artist to top the U.S. song charts. The former BTS member's song Like Crazy hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The milestone's based on record sales, streaming, and radio play. BTS was the first K-pop band to top the charts back in 2020. They had 6 #1 hits. But BTS is on a bit of a break as more members pursue solo projects and some complete military service. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Also into music now is Travis Kelce. The tight end on the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs recently hosted Saturday Night Live. Now he's going to host a concert event called Kelce Jam during the NFL's draft weekend later on this month in Kansas City. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
12:30 KXO